So tell me who you are and what you do.
My name is Ted Neward, and I'm something of a big geek. I spend a significant part of my life making geeks into bigger geeks. I work for a company called ThoughtWorks.
Try that again without ThoughtWorks. I can't give you a plug.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. No, it's not your fault.
My name is Ted Neward, and I work for a global consulting services firm. I spend a significant amount of my time making geeks into bigger geeks, teaching, speaking, writing, all that kinds of stuff.
What brought you to PDC? I mean,
well,
what's
specifically an airplane. I think it was a 767-300.
Cool.
For me personally, PDC is the opportunity really to see the things that Microsoft is coming out with. I mean, this is stuff that, clients are not going to use for 5 years. And for me, it's important to get sort of a leading edge view of how this stuff works so that I can basically have a story figured out. So when a client comes to me and says, all right, we've heard about this thing called Oslo. What is it? Where's the big deal there? I and the people I work with can have a coherent story that says, yes, you, customer A, you really want Oslo, but you, customer B, that's not really something you're interested in. This was for the same for these same reasons, I was a WCF Digerati, a workflow Digerati, basically going to many of the early release parties and so forth, and looking at this stuff, and yes, offering up some feedback, but mostly for me, trying to figure out where that story was. Where can I use workflow and how and why and what's it good for?
So what's been most exciting about what's been presented here in the last couple of days?
Most exciting about what's been presented? Because the parties have been pretty cool.
Yep, I know.
Parties have been amazing.
The presented stuff, I think.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by the cloud services stuff. I think this is another one of those. This is one of those things that's either going to be big or a big flop, right? I mean, it's not anything to do with the technical implementation. It has everything to do with how well will it be received and understood and accepted and adopted by the industry as a whole, by the community around us. So I'm sort of curious to see where that goes. And when I say the cloud services stuff, I don't mean just Microsoft's. I mean IBM's and Oracle's and Amazon's and so forth. Everybody's going into this space. That stuff's interesting. Oslo is interesting. I'm interested to see some of the WCF 4.0 bits. The REST starter kit just went up online, I think yesterday or the day before, so I need to go pull that down. Of course, I'm interested in F#. I'm writing a book on it. I'm interested in some of the Visual Studio 2010 bits. A large part of what was exciting for me about PDC was the stuff that came on the hard drive they handed out, right? Windows 7, it's still a little too early, I think. But I'll look at it. I'll see what's there. I'll probably install it into a VPC or a VMware image and say, let's play with this. Let's see what it looks like. Is this, going to be better than Vista? Is it going to be worse than Vista? What's it going to be?
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. But
so then you've heard. I know that we talked earlier. You've heard a little bit about the MSDN Developer Conference series that's going to happen in 11 cities. The idea is $99. A full day of basically the creme de la creme of content from PDC. What do you think about that idea?
Well, I think obviously if you're someone who's considering between the two conferences, you would have preferred to go to PDC because here, number one, there's 6,000 of us here, right? As opposed to however many hundreds you're going to get in a particular city. So certainly the opportunities to talk to people that you've never met before and so forth and get differing viewpoints, differing takes, that's a big deal. But $99 versus, $2,500, $3,000 after airfare and hotel, and that's a pretty significant difference. So the idea of certainly taking a slice of PDC and bringing it to people in their backyards, I think that's a good thing. If you missed PDC, I definitely think you should try to catch one of the MDCs.
You think there's a community component to that might resonate? Being able to be with your sort of local development community and.
I think there's definitely. I think the big advantage is going to be, I get to sleep in my own bed at night. As someone who doesn't sleep in my own bed at night on a regular basis, that's a big deal. certainly, I guess, from the standpoint of I could sit at home and watch the DVDs on my machine, at home versus I could go and sit with other developers and see what they're talking about. I would definitely vote for the latter because I think that's important to get other people's contrary opinions to sort of challenge your own and make you think about things you hadn't thought about. But again, the community of 6,000 is, I think, going to be an opportunity to do that more so than a community of 200. So it's just kind of how much community can you handle? Can you handle the community? You can't handle the truth. Oh,
now let's see, what city are you closest to that will be doing MDC?
I live in Seattle. As a matter of fact, I live in Redmond. So I don't count.
You're going to have to come to San Francisco with us then.
Actually, there's been some discussions in the works that I might be presenting at some of the MDCs.
Very cool.
So,
All
maybe
right.
in more than one of these.
All right, and bring all your buddies with you.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks a lot, Ted.